Okay, we're gonna show you how to plug in the rheostat to the lab engine handpiece. You do want to attach the handpiece to the cord for the rheostat first, and then you will plug in the end from the rheostat to the outlet itself second. So in that order, and then you'll put your rheostat down on the ground here. Now that we have the rheostat plugged in to the lab engine and into the outlet, I'll show you how the handpiece actually works. First, you're going to need to put in the acrylic burr into the handpiece. So there's this nut on the end that you want to make sure is open. Then you'll place the acrylic burr, handpiece burr, has a couple different names in the end like that, and then hold the rope back here as you tighten that down, so then you can make sure the burr is locked into the handpiece. There is this rope, like I said, and it goes around these little joints on the handpiece itself. So again, you want to make sure it's not going to be against the counter, anything like that. You want to make sure it's free from the cord, the counter, your sleeve, your hair, all those things. So now that the burr is in place, the rope is on, it's plugged in, you would step on the handpiece. Sorry, not the handpiece, the rheostat. And just slowly at first. And then that makes the rope, and then our burr is spinning down here. And again, we would use this handpiece to smooth out any rough edges or anything on our stone models here in the lab. All right, so when you take the handpiece, there's two different ways to use this. You would hold it in like a pen grasp, just like this, like how you would use a pencil or anything to write. Then there's also the palm grasp, where you would actually grab it like this, use your thumb as what we call a fulcrum, and then you could adjust the margins of your model, smooth them out if you need to. We'll get into how to do that once you guys have your models trimmed in lab, but I did want to just show you the two different ways to grasp the handpiece itself. Okay, so after you are done using the handpiece, there's always maintenance that has to be done on them. There's a couple areas we do need to put oil to just make sure it's working properly. So this spot right there on that joint, and then down in the hole right there in that joint. Okay, the last thing is I'm going to show you guys how to take the rope off of here, or the belt. It does detach, so you just remove it from the little joints all the way around. And then you have this big belt here. Sometimes these become frayed or weak over time. They get worn out, so they do have to be replaced. But I do want to just show you how to place it back on the handpiece itself. So back here in the back, there is two grooves. So there's an outside and an inside. So it doesn't matter which one you place it on first. You just have to do the opposite up at the handpiece. So make it make a little more sense. We're gonna place it on the outside groove there, and then we're gonna go over, over, under, under. So over the top of those, over the top of the next one, and then for the last two that are closest to the handpiece, we go under, under. So what that means, I think it's easiest to attach the rope on the handpiece and then do the last two. So this is where I was talking about the two grooves. You do the opposite of what you did at the back. So I went on the outside groove in the back. So at the handpiece, I need to go on the inside groove here. And then on the last couple joints, we're going under, under. So sometimes you have to just hold the rope until it gets the resistance to stay in place on its own. And then you go under on the last one here. Okay, then you just double check to make sure everything's in line. So again, you make sure you're on the outside, make sure you're not crisscrossed over any of the areas here. So on the inside, under, under, then here we go over, over, and then we're on the outside on the back part. Then you always check it with stepping on the rheostat slowly at first, just to make sure that everything looks good and it's not gonna get caught or fly off of the joints. So it looks good.